Once we have shown this program, presented this program, the students, the majority of the students, embrace our message and make choices to live a life that is sexually self-controlled. Even if they've been sexually active, many of them choose to live an abstinent lifestyle. That I can say.
Hopefully, if they listen to us and they understand what the message is and let their guard down and they're willing to embrace it and accept it, we have a majority of the students who do that come back to us and thank us and actually say that they're going to make a commitment to be abstinent sexually until they get married and save sex for marriage. So our program is really working. It's a wonderful program. I would love to see more parents get involved in our program so that that communication can take place between parent and child.
I started working at Worth Your Weight several months after my daughter was already pregnant and I didn't know it. In the intervening years that I've been here, I have learned how important the information is, how as a parent to be equipped with this information perhaps would have in our situation prevented the pregnancy. I believe that there are other parents in our community who, if they had this information, that it would make all the difference in the outcome of their children's lives as far as choosing abstinence.
We're currently in our second federal grant to do abstinence education in the schools. Our first grant was for 3 years. This one is a 5-year grant. We're in year 2 of the 5-year grant, but our Congress has decided to go with our President's suggestion to zero out all abstinence funding across the country and take that money and put it in a new program called Pregnancy Prevention, which will probably be comprehensive sex ed as opposed to abstinence education. And we are 100% federally funded for this program. So if the money is zeroed out, and right now it looks like that's going to happen in the end of September, we will lose all of our funding to continue what we're doing.
You know, we're able to do things that sometimes seem unthinkable. These teens' lives, their lives are changing. We're able to help them live a happier, healthier life. We're changing thoughts and ideas and lives with these teens where they are able to choose hope. They're able to choose a way that's going to keep them out of the drama, keep them out of you know, struggles in life.
And if we don't offer a program like this, I don't know who will. Somebody's got to get the truth out to the kids. And I feel like our program does a really good job of that. But we can't get into the schools without your help.
So here's the biggest thing. I've seen so much through Worth Your Weight, so much of the programming that we've been able to teach, the curriculum. I've had kids come to me and tell me, hey, because of your talk, I've decided, you know what, I've been sexually active, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to make that decision to wait. I'm going to tell my friends to wait. I'm going to tell my friends all the stuff that I've learned as far as health and everything like that. And the biggest thing we need is we need your help.
We need you to please embrace us, embrace our message, and to fund our message so that we can continue to assist the young adults and youth of today. Thank you.
When I went through Worth Your Weight, it was an experience that was really focused more so on, you know, being personally responsible and, you know, planning your life and understanding, you know, the risks and whatnot of having sex before you're married. At another time, I went through a course that used a lot of materials directly from Planned Parenthood. The emphasis in this course was more on, you know, it was assuming that you were already going to have sex pretty much before you were married, and wasn't really telling you about taking responsibility and not doing that. It was more like, you're going to do it anyway, so this is how you get around it, like the safe sex methods and whatnot. All right, in this culture, it's almost implied that, and given, you know, it's a given that kids and teens will have sex before marriage, and Worth Your Weight is really something that's going against that and telling us that we can be abstinent and that it's not something that we have to do. All right, it would really be a tragedy if this program was to be canceled because they didn't have enough funding. it's really something that's a positive influence on kids, and I think that it should continue going on. I hope that they will continue to keep these in the school system.
It's a fantastic program. I certainly enjoyed it and learned a lot when I was involved in it.
It was really interactive. Like, it wasn't just a class where you sat there and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. Like, they actually interacted with you, and I felt like personally I learned a whole bunch. And I don't know if this is the case with Chelsea, but I think there are things that'll definitely stay on my mind for years to come.
Yeah, I took the program I think 2 or 3 years ago now, and I still remember all the stuff we did. It was so much fun. The teachers were great, and it's such a fun program to be in, and you learn a lot. You wouldn't think that a sex program would be all that fun, but it really is, because they do such a great job, and you learn so much.
Worth Your Weight is worth your time, support, and energy, so support it.
We will most likely be losing the last 3 years of our grant the end of September, and when that happens, we have no other means of support unless we can get help from people like you. Please help us today. If you believe in the youth of this country, of Virginia, we ask you to help us to help them. And thank you for helping us.
Like it never stop. Can you bring it to the top? Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Chop, chop, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
All right, bring it back to the bleachers. That's your choice. Then you can keep it in your wallet or your purse, and it can help remind you of what you learned this week. I'm going to turn it over to